I'm out here doing a series of videos, and I wanted to cover something real quick. A lot of people, they want to prep. They want to get ready for whatever may come, whatever problems might arise, whether it's man-made, natural disaster, SHTF, there's so many different scenarios and levels of those scenarios, and a lot of us are on a budget, to be blunt. A lot of us can't afford to just go out and buy pallets of all kinds of survival supplies and things like that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to be creative in what you do and where you get your things. One place I've found, flea markets, thrift stores, sometimes you can find some good items there. Sometimes it's junk, but sometimes you can actually find some good deals on some items. And you have to be selective, of course, depending on what that item is to be used for. But one thing I wanted to cover, a couple of years ago, I went into the local Goodwill thrift store, and I found an emergency survival kit, and I grabbed that thing up. I mean, it was like $6, and it's nothing really fancy. It's just one of those American Medical Association emergency survival kits. It's a home, office, car, boat, RV, school, camping, outdoors, just a general kit. And there's not a lot in it, but I thought it would be good for at least checking out some things. And when I opened it up, I found a variety of items. One, emergency survival blanket. Those things are always good. They're usually $1 a piece or so. So those things are always good. Got a body warmer or a hands warmer, a poncho. So there's that. There's $3 worth of value right there. And it had a flashlight that has batteries in it. Of course, the batteries are dead because this is a really old kit. But this kit had never been used. And something else that was in these kits were 2 emergency drinking water pouches, 2 packages of peanut butter, and 2 MRE crackers. Now, I had put this kit away. I'd meant to do like a review on it when I bought it and just test out some of the items. But I put it to the side and I completely forgot about it, and I was going through some of my gear today and I found it. So it got me to thinking. On Facebook, on some of my survival groups that I'm in, I've seen people discussing these little bitty water pouches, and they're saying that they're only good for so many years. The water will go bad after a couple of years, even though it's sealed and contained. They claim the water will spoil. Water can only spoil if there's bacteria in it or other contaminants in it, and it's exposed to enough light that that bacteria is allowed to grow. This is a U.S. Coast Guard water pouch, or U.S. Coast Guard approved, I should say, by Datrix. It's the same things I get in my survival box. This one has a date of 03/1997. So this thing is 23 years old. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we open this up and check this? But in doing that, you got peanut butter here. Now these have got codes on them, and I'm not sure of the date offhand on these. It's 6309113. I'm sure that's probably it's probably close to the same as the water. probably an inspection date, and that's what that date code is. It's not an expiration date, it's an inspection date. So that one's from 97. So I'm thinking the peanut butter, probably from the same time frame. The crackers. The last two digits are usually the year on these peanut butter and crackers, so that would put these 13 and 13. So these would be, because the date code on the crackers is 614413. I'm thinking the inspection date on these would be 2013. I'd have to look it up to be sure, but that's what I'm thinking, which is, this is 7 years past the inspection date. So I got to thinking, you know what? I mean, they've been sealed up, they've been in good storage. So why not just experiment with them? Why not test them? You know. So let's break into these things. I'm not going to open up all of this stuff, but I figure one water, one peanut butter, and one cracker should tell me what the shelf life on these things really is. Try to get the peanut butter away from the corner. It says need package before opening. Now this peanut butter is still malleable, but it does seem a little stiff. I'm sure it's probably aged a good bit. So, I mean, this stuff probably around 20 years old. Now I don't know if the original owner might have swapped them out at some point. Hey girl, hey girl. Anyway. No. Stay out of that. Nosy dogs. They always got to check out what you want, what you're involved in, what you're doing. Okay, so it's thick. You can tell it's not fresh, but it's certainly edible. As always, any kind of food storage like this, you have, you should always rotate them out. I have a lot of freeze-dried foods and stuff. They have a really long shelf life, but you still need to rotate them out. This, like I said, you can tell it's not the freshest. It smells okay. It tastes all right. So I'll chalk that one up as to still being edible. The cracker. I know some of you are probably thinking, what in the world is this guy doing eating stuff that's 20 years old? Well, okay, yeah, that one smells like sawdust, actually. Doesn't taste like a cracker should. That does not taste like a cracker should. I don't know if that's just because it's an MRE cracker or if it's because of the age on it. It's still crisp, it's still crunchy, so it's not stale, but the flavor's not quite right. Maybe it's just one of those MRE things that never tasted good even when it was freshly made. Now for the water. 23-year-old water. Okay, it looks clear. No strange smells. You can taste the packaging. So it's not the freshest, cleanest water. But I'm sure you could drink it if you needed to. If you've got a filter, that would be even better. But yeah, it doesn't smell funny. It looks nice and clear. There's no kind of growth or anything inside the package. But you do taste, I would say, you taste the packaging on this water. So there's some interesting flavors there. So 23-year-old water, 20-plus-year-old peanut butter and crackers. Not the freshest. Certainly not my top choice of things to eat. But if this is all you had, I would use it. But there again, we prepare so that we're not down to using things like this. Excuse my neighbors. I've got some noisy neighbors. So yeah, store up your supplies, and I'll do some videos on food storage later. Those are coming up, not today, but I do have some videos planned for that. But always check your dates on your foods and rotate them before they expire. If you're not going to eat them or use them, donate them to somebody that will before they expire. But I just thought that would be interesting to test these things. Go on now. I just thought that'd be interesting to test these things to see how they held up after 20 plus years. And there you have it. That's these other two I'm not going to open up. I'll leave those alone. The hot hands and blanket and poncho, I'll put those in a bag or something. The flashlight, of course, will go into my blackout kit, which I'm going to do a video on one of those as well. But there you go. I'm going to work on some more videos and try to get caught up on some yard work. I've been working so much, I've only got like one day off a week right now. So I've got a lot to get caught up on. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later.